In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how one of my clients generates $59,000 every single month selling digital info products, which means it's 100% profit and 100% online, not physical. So this is my client FlipaPlugs, and this is what a normal month looks like for us. We have $34,000 on the low ticket for the last 30 days, as well as 26.3 thousand on the high ticket. And I'm going to teach you how every single dollar is generated, as well as how you can implement the things I do to scale your own info products for our clients. So I've broken it down into a simple 3-phase process. Phase 1, generating eyeballs. Okay. You can't sell if you don't have anyone to sell to. So how do you do this? You post content. It's simple. The more you post, the more you nurture your audience and the more willing they are to buy. Now, I see there as being 2 forms of content, short form content and long form content. With short form content, you're going to generate more views, but your audience that you generate will be less quality because they only watched a 20, 30, 40-second video compared to long form content where you're going to get less views, but each viewer is going to be more quality because they are more nurtured because they just watched a 10, 20, 30, 40-minute video of you, which is equal to like 50 reels. Now, I will say for this creator, we only post around 1 to 2 high quality reels every day. We don't post any long form content. And while I don't recommend this, this is just what works for this niche. So this is what the Instagram looks like. We have 1 to 2 reels coming out a day. These are some of our best performing reels, 8 million views, 1 million views. And on any normal day, we'll get 10 to 30,000 views per video. But the basic idea is that you want to set up a posting schedule, a content schedule, whether it be 1 reel a day, 1 YouTube video a week, and maybe 2 tweets every day. Whatever it is, you need a schedule to consistently generate eyeballs for your accounts. Okay. And now that we're getting views and you're posting educational and informational content regarding your niche and what you're selling, we're going to convert all these viewers to a low ticket. We have the audience, we want them to buy. And this is how we generate around $34,000 every single month, is simply just off of the low ticket. And you might be saying, okay, why a low ticket? Why not a high ticket? Obviously I have a high ticket. Why am I just going straight to the low ticket? Well, it's always better to get someone to buy something cheap before you get them to buy something expensive. Many people think that if you get your audience to buy something cheap, they're going to be burnt out. They're not going to want to buy from you again. But it's actually the opposite. They're going to be more inclined to buy from you. And it's a much lower entry to get them to buy something that's $10, $20 than something that's $3,000 to $5,000 up front. So how do we actually convert them? Well, in the case of this client, Flippa, we direct all the incoming traffic to an online store where they can purchase vendor links. Now, vendor links are specific to this niche, but whatever you can sell from $1 to $99, that's what you direct them to. And so every single video we have call to actions where they follow and comment a keyword that's hooked up to a ManyChat, where we then send them over a load ticket or a little script to get them to buy the load ticket. So in this case, they'll send over the word vendor. Then we'll have a little message sent, as well as the link to the online Shopify store where they can buy the low ticket items, which are $40, $18, $18, nothing over $50. Everything is priced $8 to $50. It's a very low barrier to entry, and they don't have to be nurtured all that much to buy it. And simply we're using call to actions in every single piece of content, as well as story call to actions every single day. And this is what one looks like. We're posting results from a student, is how much they made in 5 days, and then a link to get the vendors. And because of this, not only are we generating a shit ton of money, we're turning his audience into buyers. And that's extremely important. So now all these people who are just, watching his content have actually committed and paid him money. And not only that, is that they get the results instantly. They instantly get these vendor links. They instantly get access to the low ticket. So we instantly deliver on the results, and therefore they trust us. And we've built up that credibility. And what I want you to take away from this is keep your funnel extremely simple. You want one objective at a time. So every time that you get a new lead, someone who follows your account, someone who watches your reel or a YouTube video, you want to have one objective for them, and that is to sell them on the low ticket, to get their foot in the door. Don't even think about it. Get the high ticket out of your mind. Get the $5,000 mentorship out of your mind. Don't even think about it. The first step that you want to do is get them to buy this low ticket. And it's so much easier instead of having one YouTube video that goes to this funnel with this VSL, and this one YouTube video to do this, and this reel goes here, and the story CTA goes here. You want to direct every single new lead to the low ticket. And after they buy the low ticket, that's when we position the next product. So now that they spend $8, $50, whatever it is, I'm upselling them into a monthly Discord subscription. And it's positioned really only for the people who've already bought the vendor links, and it's priced at $60 a month. And so how do we actually upsell this? Well, we will post CTAs about it on the story, maybe once a week or twice a week. After someone buys the low ticket, they get an email and there's an upsell in there, as well as we have a free Discord available, especially for the people who bought the vendor links, which also works as an upselling mechanism. And they're funneled to this VSL page where they can choose between the premium and the lifetime premium. And what we're doing now is generating more consistent MRR. Now, you don't need this step. This is like a second low ticket, but I find it very effective for this client and this niche. Because if you get them on a reoccurring subscription, their foot is in the door constantly. They are constantly thinking of it, committing more of their brain power to it. And flashback to how I said one objective. So now everybody who bought the vendor link, my one objective is to get them now into the Discord and get them to start paying monthly. I'm not worried about upselling the newest leads to the Discord. I'm worried about upselling them to the vendor links. And then once we have someone who buys the vendor links, now my objective is to get them into the Discord. Okay. Now that they've bought both of these things, the vendor links and the monthly subscription, now this is when we're going to upsell them to the high ticket. For my client, it's a one-on-one mentorship worth $2,000 for one-time payment. And the way we do it is we launch it once every 45 days using a 10-day launch process on all socials. If you want to know what that launch process is, I actually have another video going over exactly how I build out an effective launch strategy. But basically, I'm going to be launching this high ticket on all the socials, Instagram, story, email, and Discord. And this is mainly for the people who have either bought the vendor links or more likely are in the Discord. And I do this, we funnel all the traffic through a VSL and an application. So we'll post in the Discord, we'll send out emails, we'll do the launch sequence on Instagram, we'll send them to this VSL, they'll watch this video, they'll apply on the Typeform application to join the one-on-one mentorship, and then setters will call them, qualify them, and set them onto sales calls. Sales reps will come in and close them for $2,000 over the course of a 30 to 60 minute sales call. And that's how we generate around $10,000 to $30,000 per month. So now we have this high ticket mentorship that's launched about once a month. We have this monthly subscription generating consistent MRR. And we have this low ticket to get our audience to become buyers and get their foot in the door so that we can upsell them to these other things. Why do I choose this process and why does it work so well? Why do I use this for all my clients and why should you use it too? Well, have you ever read this book when you were a child called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie? Basically, it goes, if you give a mouse a cookie, then he's going to want milk. If you give a mouse milk, then he's going to want a napkin. If you give a mouse a napkin and so on, because after this mouse ate this cookie, he's thirsty. He wants some milk. Okay. He got his milk. He drank this milk. Well, he got a little bit on his lips, so he wants a napkin to wipe it off. It's a logical ascension. If you think about it, vendor links, the low ticket, is just the cookie. After they purchase the vendor links, after they eat the cookie, they're going to be thirsty. That's when I give them the milk, the monthly Discord. And after they've drinking that milk, that's when I give them the napkin, which is the one-on-one mentorship. It works like now that they have this, they'll need that. That's why you don't give everything. That's why you don't give all your information away, all your secrets away, all your tools away in the low ticket. Because then there would be no need for them to buy the high ticket, right? So now that they have the products, right? Now that they have the vendor links and they order their products, well, they're going to need all the tools that I have in the Discord. They're going to need the receipt generators, the view bots, the guides. So, I mean, now the next logical step after buying the vendor links is going to be to buy the Discord. And they need all those tools. And so now that they have all the tools, they actually need the coaching and the guidance from an expert, aka the high ticket mentorship. It's just a logical ascension, guys. It's a progression. And I'm positioning the products in such a way so that after they purchase the first one, they're going to need the second one. After they purchase the second one, they're going to need a third one. The entry level stuff is in the first one, then the mid tier stuff, and the high tier stuff. So if they're going on a progression, starting from broke, having no idea what they're doing, to making whatever it is, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month with your methodology, You need to be serving them the information and the tools in pieces. Because if you position your products all willy-nilly, you'll never actually be able to scale. If the first thing you offer them is the mentorship for $3,000, do you really think that they're going to buy that? They don't have any of the entry-level tools or any of the experience, and you're shoving a $3,000 to $5,000 mentorship in their face after they've watched 2 or 3 reels. That makes no sense. You need to guide them through this progression. As soon as you get a lead, you get them to buy the low ticket. Once they bought the low ticket, they should be funneled to the next logical step. In this case, the Discord, the MRR, where they're going to actually get the tools, where they get the tools they need. After they have the tools and the products, well, now they need the guidance. Now they need the one-on-one mentorship, and now they're actually willing to pay $3,000 to $5,000 because they've already gotten results by themselves. They've went through this logical progression, and the next best step is to actually pay $3,000 to $5,000 and get coaching. And once you understand that it's a game of logic, even though sales is an emotional game, the way you market your products, the way you position your products, the copy that you use, the funnels that you employ are actually all logical. And that's why this offer does so well for my client, is because as soon as we get a lead, we're not focused on getting them to buy the mentorship. We're focused on getting them to buy the low ticket. Just spend that $8. If they're okay with spending $8, now their foot's in the door. Okay, well, I spent this $8. I got what I wanted, but now I need these things to help me. Okay, I'll spend $60 a month. Okay, well, I've been paying for 3 months now. I'm doing quite well, but I really feel like I need that next step. I need that one-on-one help. I want to scale. Okay, I'll buy the mentorship. I've already bought from this guy twice. I trust him. He's credible. That's the secret. It's all logical. Now, if you guys want this board to look at it for yourself, just go ahead and DM me the word asset on Instagram. My handle's right there. It's also in the description of this YouTube video, and I'll go ahead and send over this board to you along with all the other boards from all my YouTube videos as well. And if you guys haven't already caught on by now, I work with online coaches, creators, and consultants to scale their info products. So if you do have an info offer, an online coaching business doing $5,000 a month, $50,000 a month, whatever it is, and you want to scale, or you don't have an offer but are a professional in your niche, I want you to go to this link, which will also be in the description of this video, and watch the video that I made for you, no pressure, and see if I would be able to help you and scale your business. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it to incorporate in your own business. And if you made it this far and you're interested in this type of stuff, go ahead and go to my YouTube channel. I have a bunch more videos covering all other topics of online info offers.